Well, let me see here. Hmm. Let me see. YouTube, protocol, situation, super chat, super chat messages. Okay. Mm. Trying to figure out these settings on here. Let me see what kind of. Oh, you know what? I can't actually set that up. Now I'm on the phone tonight. Y'all got to forgive me for the sound on the phone. But this is it's a Blessed Tribe Q&A. So if you're not in the Blessed Tribe, you need to join the Blessed Tribe. When you join the Blessed Tribe, it'll have that little sign by your name. So I'll be looking for the questions from the Blessed Tribe. And tonight is Thursday night. So as I told y'all, when I don't have to coach at night, I'll try to go live for the Blessed Tribe and do a Q&A. We getting ready to crank up on Patreon. So I'm doing a member series over there on Patreon where I'm interviewing the Patreon members, telling their story, highlighting, them, what they doing. And so you'll see the link that I posted for my Patreon on the community page. And we're just gonna build over there just a different type of, community, different type of site. And they got a chat on Patreon too where everybody could be in the same chat. I posted in there today. So you could download the app and you just kind of have a group chat going on Patreon. So that'll be pretty cool. It looked like they finally done put some of the money that they making into the app instead of just paying themselves. Patreon done finally started spending some money on that raggedy app they have. But I looked at the app today, it was way better. So I'm gonna start trying to put a little more effort over there, and we'll have a Patreon exclusive podcast, which basically means just videos I'll be posting over there. Nothing major. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me do a. Had to set my phone on do not disturb so stuff don't be coming in there. Now, if you're in the Blessed Tribe, you'll have a little sign by your name if you have a question. If you're not in the Blessed Tribe, then you could join. But this is a Blessed Tribe Q&A, but I couldn't set it. YouTube, and this is the thing where you got to learn about business. Is YouTube out there in Palo Alto, and they still make mistakes. So that's just why you can't feel bad about your small business that's making a few $100s or a few thousand or even tens of thousands when billion-dollar companies still do stuff that don't make no sense. So YouTube used to have a setting where you could set the chat to members only. Now they got it to where you could enable the chat, but you can't just set it members only. So I don't know who told them to change that, but if you watching this here film and this chat and you work for YouTube, tell your boss to make the live on the mobile phone back where you could make it members only. So what's the point of y'all having members if you can't have that? And so you got to understand that. And solid times, you block. and you need to. Somebody was mad about me talking about them locks. Hey, listen, I'm just telling you my opinion. Just telling my opinion, and that's just the point of it is. And ain't nowhere in the Bible say nothing about no locks. Because if it said something about locks, then Jesus would have had locks. Ain't nowhere in the Bible said nothing about no locks. So if you want locks, then you need to know your reason for it. And if you know your reason for it, then what somebody else feel about it shouldn't matter to you. 39-year-old single mom of 12-year-old boy, father not involved, how to raise him without male figure. Put him in sports. Put him in sports. And he gonna have male figures. And sports don't have to be football. It don't have to be basketball. You could put him in tennis. You could put him in golf. You could put him in swimming. One of the best things you could do for boys especially is boys to be in something. It could be gaming. It could be computers. It could be programming. But boys need to be active. Boys need to be active. Boys need to be doing something. Let's celebrate their first super on the live stream. Lashana, God bless you. God bless you. If I could do it over, my sons will play tennis or golf. If I could do it over, they'll play tennis or golf. I wish I could switch my youngest son now to tennis or golf. Flag football, Blanca, that's good for exercise, but it really ain't going nowhere. Because ain't no college scholarships for it, and ain't no to be made with it. So when you're going to be giving your time and your energy, find them something. Because the child going to love pretty much anything you put the child in. They going to love pretty much anything. So y'all got to think about, my sons play soccer, but if I could do it over, I wouldn't put them in soccer. Just because soccer in America is kind of whack. In the sense of, it's too much politics. It ain't really based on just skill. It's based on your height, your daddy donating money. The scholarships is terrible. They only give 10 scholarships for a team of 30 players. So you got to get a point third of a scholarship. So I wouldn't do soccer if I could do it over. So that's good. Yeah, that golf, I'd be in that golf. Because you could just put yourself in tournaments and all that. So Shell, this is a Blessed Tribe Q&A, so you got to join the Blessed Tribe. If you're in the Blessed Tribe and you put your question, I'm gonna be looking for it. Yeah, soccer, you got to give them money. No, beyond Cates, it worked for New York now. It worked for New York. Might need to check with that card. That card might be blocking it. They might not like Google. Got to check with that card. Jemiah, this is a Blessed Tribe Q&A. Right under the video, you'll see where it say join. And love yourself. You might have got on at the point when I had went out. No. This set. I don't know what that hand is. No. Hey there. Namibia. Yep, button right beside the subscribe button that say join. Now, if you're in the Blessed Tribe, put a hashtag Q when you put your question, and hopefully I'll see it. I'm on the phone today. I was going to be on the computer, but the Wi-Fi was going slow, so could have been I had used so much data driving out here because I had it on ESPN app streaming, and being there streaming live, it probably ate up a lot of data, so it started to slow down. so I couldn't really do it. We have another celebrity divorce that happened. NBA player Damian Lillard, but I know Damian personally, and I've been knowing him since his rookie year when I spoke to his rookie class. So when you know people personally, you can't really speak on it the same or as much. Welcome to the new members. God bless you. Welcome, welcome, Deja and Seychelle. Shelly. God bless you. Now post your question again, Seychelle. I might be saying your name wrong. Forgive me. Joanna. God bless you. How often would you recommend posting if you start a new YouTube? Do what you could do. As much as you can post, as consistent as you can post. I'm 52, single woman that's never been married or in a relationship. Will this be considered a red flag? Yes, it'll be considered a red flag, but if a man get to know you, then he'll understand, your situation. We got now you in the age range where online dating is an exception to the rule. We're doing an online dating class this Sunday, so make sure you get in that. Tony, our boys at 11 typically moody around this age because my son has been so moody lately and nonchalant. Yeah, they moody. They get moody, but also around 11 is when they start to handle her. Especially if he in public school, but even in private school, round 11 is when Angela get to going. And so that'll alter things too. So just make sure he doesn't have a phone in the bathroom, a phone in the room, and just kind of be monitoring him and go ahead and get him busy. And make sure he don't have a TV in his room. If he do, you need to have the remote. Because a lot of times being moody too could be a sign of just not sleeping right, not eating right, not drinking enough water, or getting picked on in school, which sometimes they don't talk about that. Hey Tony, how long should a man wait before making you his official girlfriend? What is the max amount of time? Today, between 3 months and 6 months is when a man will make you his official woman. If you've been dating a man, going on dates and talking to a man daily for more than 6 months and it's still not official, it's time to move on with your life. I'm 48, abstinent for 8 years. The men that are interested in me have no desire to wait until marriage. Is there any hope? Yes, there is hope, but you telling them too soon that you're abstinent. So you bringing up that conversation too soon. That conversation really shouldn't come up until the man try to sleep with you. And when he try to sleep with you, you don't tell him that you abstinent. You tell him you're not ready for that. And then after you cross like the 6-month mark of dating, that's when you could tell him you're abstaining. Because now you've given him time to get to know you, to see your value, to see your worth, and possibly even have fallen for you. Single mom, dating a man for 1 year. I love him, but doesn't respect boundaries. When I try to break up with him, he cries, shows up to work, and begs for me back. Why does he do this? I'm gonna tell you what now. When somebody don't respect boundaries, what you have to do with this man is you have to tell him. You have to say, "Listen, we not a fit, and I need to move on with my life. And if you show up to my job again, I'm gonna call the police." And so you can't play with that when a man is crossing boundaries, because the longer you string him out, the tighter that box get wound up. So you got to think of it like a jack in the box. The longer you keep winding, the stronger that pop out gonna be. So you got to understand, you building tension when you playing with them like that. See, sometimes when a man don't respect your boundaries, you got to let him respect them boys in blue. Because as men, you got to remember, I try to remind y'all all the time, when you dealing with men, you dealing with somebody that's built for war. You're dealing with somebody that's built to die. You dealing with somebody that's built to kill. So you can't play with a man. You can't play with a man. When a man won't respect your voice, you got to bring in reinforcements immediately. Because the longer you string him out, the closer you are to losing your life. And that's why every day you turn on the news, it's another woman that lost her life at the hands of a man because she thought she could handle a man the way she handled a woman. You cannot handle a man the way you handle a woman. You got to let a man know quick, fast, in a hurry that you ain't playing no games. And once he realized that, he'll get his act together. Okay, thanks for the answer. He started his own lawn service, so he's pretty busy now. My goodness, 11? Did you say your son 11? Got a lawn service. Hey, I have a question that's completely off topic, but I need advice. When you have a medical bill and don't pay it, does it ruin your credit? You asked the wrong person. Now, I'm glad y'all trust me, but I don't do everything. Now, my goodness. My goodness. Hey, God bless you. Now, I'm glad you trust me now. Y'all don't know about no medical bills and credit now. LaShauna, God bless you. I'm a 21-year-old, and LaShauna, this is a Blessed Tribe Q&A now, not the jump in there paying Q&A. I'm 21-year-old dating a 44-year-old. He say he wants to be friends with benefits, but I want more. He ghosted me. How can I get him back and be his girlfriend? Let him go. Let him go. But now to help you let him go, I want you to go into the bathroom and get you some baby powder. Get you some baby powder and open it up. Open it up and just get you about a good 8 dumps in that hand. And then and not as hard as you can, about as half as hard as you can. I want you to come right across here on yourself. Right across here. Ha! And that right there, it ought to snap you out of it. That should snap you out of it. But you got to listen to what you just said. A man don't want you. He want to use you for your body. And you want to know how you could go get this man back. So I'm going to tell you, the next thing what you want to do is you want to get you some therapy. You also want to get you some life coaching. And you want to put those together. Because that right there, you can't play with that right there, sister. You can't play with that. Can't play with that. What are your thoughts on a celebrity relationship bringing so much attention to a football team? Do you think it's a genuine relationship? No, I don't think it's a genuine relationship just because they know what they doing. And Taylor Swift know who she is, and she know how big she is, and she know how much noise that's gonna make with her going to that football game. He know how much noise that's gonna make when he going to that football game. But another sign of this is how I tell y'all how sometimes when people who date outside of their race, a lot of times people who date outside of their race don't have a true identity. Not all the time, but a lot of times people who date outside of their race, one of them in the couple don't have a true identity. They're not rooted in their identity. So I seen somebody, how they was talking about how Travis Kelce done changed his look. How he looked at more street. He had a full beard. He had the 2 earrings. And he used to wear like urban designer clothes when he was with the black woman. And now that he with the white woman that looked like Taylor Swift, now he got the little, I think what they said, he looked like a police that turned his body cam off. Now he got that little mustache. So how you go from looking like Eminem lost broke cousin to looking like a police who turned his body cam off? So he went from the black woman to the white woman. Whole look done switched up. But the thing about it is that's what happened a lot of times. That's why I was teaching y'all about that, is when you dating outside your race, you still got to make sure you know who you are. And you true to yourself. You true to your identity. And you not code switching to based on who you with. You got to know who you are. And I got some homeboys that they not outside they race, but it ain't like they trying to be another race. They still true to their their culture, their origin, their family, but they date outside they race. But sometimes you'll see people date outside they race and they whole situation change. Can you speak more on what women can wear that will make them stand out and not be half naked? To be honest with you, a man is not really paying too much attention to what a woman got on. As long as you not outside with a bonnet, you can have on any kind of outfit. Long as you ain't got on like your grandma outfit, your older auntie outfit, your mom outfit, but you can have on any kind of outfit. And just make sure you're not showing so much. So you know the now on black women, on a lot of black women, at the bottom of that booty meat, it get a little darker right there. I guess maybe from rubbing up against the thigh. That right there part should never be showing. That bottom of that booty should never be showing. I've been seeing a lot of Caucasian women and sometimes Hispanic women, and I see black women too with that bottom of that booty cheek showing. That should never be showing on a woman. That the booty is for the beach and for the bedroom. That last little bit of cheek should never be showing when you out at a grocery store or a gas station. When you got that little bit of booty hanging out, you telling a man that you easy, because the booty is meant to show in a bathing suit and in the bedroom. When your booty, the bottom of your booty cheek is showing in the grocery store, in the gas station, in the gym, you telling a man that your private parts are not private, that your private parts are public. And so what you telling him is that if you will show anybody your private parts, that's telling him you'll sleep with anybody. And see, that's what you have to think about perception. Perception is reality. Even if that's not true, that's the message you're sending. So you got to understand that. So you can have on form fitting, you can have on leggings. And what you want to do when you dress, if you want to offset. So if you're gonna have on leggings and you can see the form of your thigh, and then you need to have a shirt that's gonna cover your booty, even if it's gonna lay on your booty and you can see the shape of your booty. You never want to have on leggings, which is form fitting, and then have on a sports bra. Now you got on little and tight with little and tight. When you wear little and tight, then you need to wear something big and oversized. You got to mix it. You can't just be one or the other. If you got on something baggy, you shouldn't have on baggy and baggy. So if you're going to have on baggy jeans, then you ought to have on a more form-fitting t-shirt. So that way you have that balance. And now what it says is, it shows that juxtaposition. It shows that comfortability. It shows that self-esteem. And because when it's one or the other, when it's all baggy, it say you trying to hide. You trying to hide. You don't want to be bothered. And you taking. When it's all tight and revealing, it's saying you desperate for attention. So you have to mix it. Almost like mixing highs and lows. Like if you got on $250 pair of jeans, it's okay to have on a $12 t-shirt from Target. So you got to understand that. Now, see, that's a science right there that I can't really give out on here, everybody, because everybody ain't going to understand. Hey, Tony, I'm 23 with a 1-year-old. His dad is in his life, but I've been told no man would take me seriously because they don't want to raise another man's child. I do desire to be married. It just depends on how you look, sister. That's all it depend on. With a man, all it depend on is how you look. If you look broke, busted, and disgusted, don't nobody want you and your child. But if you look good, GOODT, you can have 4 kids. And he finna be right over there doing a stepdaddy dance. You hear me? Listen to what I'm telling you. Men are visual creatures. Man don't care nothing about them kids, because when y'all get in that bedroom, it's you and him. If them eggs still dropping, he could put another child in. And then your child that you already got, that's a bonus child. Because see, men want to have more kids as long as he can afford them, because that's like having more scratch off tickets. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the truth now. Y'all might not want to hear that now. The more kids a man got, if he can afford them, that's more scratch off tickets. Think about it like this right here. Deion Sanders. He got Shedeur Sanders. He got Shiloh Sanders. He don't need their money. But one day he's going to sit down. When he sit down, let's say his financial advisor do him like the man did Usain Bolt, and $12 million disappear. If he done raised 3, 4, 5 kids and they all touching 6, 7, 8 figures, you don't think they're going to take care of their daddy? So that's why men don't care about having a lot of kids. That's why you see a lot of men, they having their woman have 2, 3, 4 kids, because what men be thinking about. And that's why the men who be active in their child life be so active, because deep down, secretly, the man, we be hoping that child go pro. Cause listen, we trying to kick that foot up. You hear me? I'm gonna tell you the truth. We trying to kick that foot up. So you gotta understand that. Now. I lost my place on here. Dropping gem. Don't be in here answering questions. Ain't nobody ask you no question. I'm in here answering questions now. I'm trying to get back up. Okay. What places should you go to meet quality men? You honestly could meet men anywhere. Somebody got hurt. Ambulance out here. Somebody got hurt. Lord, don't let it be my child. In the name of Jesus. Y'all give me 1 second. That old ambulance. Y'all forgive me. I know it's ambulance. But just when I was growing up, we call it ambulance. Y'all forgive me. I pray everything all right. At the soccer practice, ambulance came up here. What places should you go to meet quality men? You could meet a man anywhere. Meet a man at the gas station, at the grocery store, Starbucks, Barnes and Noble, church. You really shouldn't go anywhere to meet a man. It's just anywhere you go, you need to be ready to meet a man. Meaning your head need to be up. Your head need to be on a swivel. You need to be looking at your surroundings. A lot of times women are single. A single woman should never be walking looking at her phone. Ever. A single woman who is ready for love should always be walking at a normal pace and with her head up and not on her phone. So many women are single and they say they want to meet their man, but they own the phone when they in public. So if the statistic that 70% of men are introverts, if that is true, any barrier that you have between you and that man minimizes the chances of him approaching you. So if you are going into the grocery store, or you out in public, you in the mall, and you on your phone, that man is not going to approach you if he's a normal guy. If he's a dog, a womanizer, a player, he will approach you. When you speed walking, your head down, you on your phone, you looking at your phone, or you talking on your phone, only man gonna approach you under that is a dog. A normal everyday guy, the scene got to be set right. You got to be moving at a normal pace. You got to have a pleasant look on your face. Your head got to be up. Your head got to be on a swivel. And you got to look approachable. If you looking like Who Shot John and forgot to kill him, he's not going to approach you. When confronting a guy during the dating phase about an issue that repeatedly happened, why would the guy go ghost afterwards? Issue was his word and consistency with communication. Because he doesn't want you, and he only wants what you could do for him, whether that's sex or money or just him to give you his junk time, his trash time. So he doesn't want you, and he doesn't feel like you're his wife, but he just dealing with you just to get reps in, just to get some practice in. And the reason why he ghosted you is to test you and to train you. He testing you and training you so that when he pop back up, he wants to see if you still going to talk to him, if you still gonna deal with him. And if you do, after he done ghosted you, which he may be dealing with another woman too, unless he in the hospital or something happened. But if you do deal with him, what that's telling him is that you sell wolf tickets, that you all talk, and that you are not to be respected. Hey Tony, is it really hope for God-fearing, powerful, high salary, natural body, and beauty women to find love in this era? I'm really concerned and accepted my singledom. Well, what you got to realize is, let me look at you with my good eye. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So the man who think you beautiful, he have not seen you yet. He have not seen you yet. And so you have to, so when you got everything else, but a man is not attracted to you, that's when you got to work on that side of it. And you got to say, okay, what do I need to do with my hair? How do I need to be dressing? You got to get those things together. And then also your aura, your personality. Because what you telling yourself, it affects the look on your face, and it affects the tone of your voice and your conversation. So when you have that type of outlook that already sounds like skeptical or woe is me, that's showing up in your conversation. Dating this guy who is crazy about me, but he's very emotional about it, and it can be annoying. Is this going to die down a bit with time? I want to try something new. Last guy was emotionally unavailable. You got to talk to him. You got to talk to him. And you got to open up, you got to explain that to him. And you got to be able to say to him, hey, you really emotional, and those emotions is turning me off. So I really need you to get to the root of that. And if that's something that needs therapy, that's how a woman have to talk to a man, and vice versa. See, a lot of times we want to say something, but we be in our head because we don't want to offend the person. We don't want to offend the person. We don't know how they're going to respond, so we just be in our head. And that's never really healthy. So you got to talk to them, and you got to articulate because he may not know what he's doing is a turnoff. Because his last woman might have wanted him to be emotional like that, and he thinking that's what every woman wants. Hi Tony, what are your thoughts about couples who partner have a baby outside of their relationship but decide to stay or not? Are there exceptions to the rule? Um, I don't think a woman should ever stay with a man who have a baby on them, nor should a man stay with a woman who have another man baby on him. That's just way too far across the line. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union did it, but at that time when they did that, Gabrielle really was, at that time when she did that with Dwayne Wade, she was just in Tubi movies at that time, and just the reruns of the cheerleading movie. But she was doing Tubi movies, and so when he did that, I say, okay, yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Because he had a bag on him right at that time. When he had that baby on Gabrielle, he probably was making, I think, just 16 to 20 million on the court alone, not including endorsements. So with her doing them Tubi movies at the time, I say, yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Because actors already don't make a lot of money. Actresses already don't make a lot of money. You ain't Viola Davis. You ain't Halle Berry. You in Tyler Perry movies and you in Netflix specials. That money ain't hitting on nothing. You really ain't eating like that. And that's also why she put their business out about going 50-50, so that people will put that pressure on him, so he'll come on help pay a little more of them bills. So see, sometimes you got, that's where the exception to the rule is when a man with money have a baby on somebody. A lot of times the woman make an exception to the rule. The other time is when the woman is so insecure and low self-esteem, she just don't want that other woman that the man had the baby with to get her man. And she know if she take herself out of the picture, he's gonna be with her by default. So that's what you have to realize. Trying to see these little questions. All right, Tony, what are your thoughts about couples? We just got that one. I'm going in order on the questions so y'all don't have to post them multiple times. The hard truth, God bless you. Man, this thing eat my battery up. I'm on this live, eat my battery up. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm gonna plug up. Got to plug up. Let's see if this going. Might not be on here too much longer. Live eating that old battery up. Let me make sure my other thing. Y'all hold on 1 second. Oh man, I'm doing bad. All right, forgive me. I had to close my other apps out. I'm on here doing bad, boy. I'm on here. I had all them other apps running. Is it a red flag for a 28-year-old to entertain a 22-year-old and not wanting to commit? He said my age was the reason, but will still hang out with me and be romantic. Carice, you playing yourself. You playing yourself. You gotta listen to that question again. Don't play yourself like that now. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. Come on now. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. Come on now. I'm gonna have to shame y'all in the change. Y'all gotta do better. Sis, that's kind of like, hey Tony, is it a red flag to drink bleach? Is it a red flag to just bang your head against a wall? Come on now. Come on now. Don't let no man be with you and tell you you ain't good enough, but he'll sleep with you. Come on now. Come on now. If you have serious problems with someone, just get rid of them and keep moving. I thought that was a question. Now y'all, this Blessed Tribe Q&A now. So y'all see where it say join right up under the thing. Y'all forgive me smacking it gone. Can you talk about boundaries between a man and his mom? What should they be? Is it normal for him to be at her house every single day? No, that's not normal for him to be at her house every day. Not normal in the least. Now, it may be another, if me personally as a man, if I'm going to my mama house every day, me personally, the type of man that I am, if I'm going to my mama house every day, she either is dying or I got another phone over there and I'm sending messages to my other woman while I'm at my mama house, or sending messages from my phone and deleting them. But it'll make no sense for a man to be at his mama house every day if she's not terminally ill. April, welcome to the Blessed Tribe now. Now put your question back in there, April. Glam Ross, thank you very much for helping me moderate. Good evening. What would be your advice on a 10-year age difference in dating? 10 years is the max, but only if it's you a woman. 10 years up, 10 years older is the max. And the advice would be to make sure that he don't try to re-raise you. The problem with a woman getting an older man is an older man will try to raise you again, as if your parents have not raised you. So you got to be ready for that. Y'all got to forgive me, some people put something in here. What are your thoughts on people giving unsolicited relationship advice about your relationship? Take it easy, please. Well, if they know you personally and that's your family member, then you can listen to them 50% of the way. If it's somebody that know you, if it's somebody online don't know you, then that's different. But it don't hurt to hear a little bit of what they talking about. Erica, God bless you now. Hey Tony, my mom was cheated on while she was at work on deployment. Her husband brought another woman into the house. How do I get over not wanting to build with a man because of seeing that as a kid? Well, you got to make sure you don't go on deployment with a man at the house. That's one thing. And if you going on deployment, then your man need to be out there deployed with you, at the house with you. But you also got to understand that everybody else's life ain't your life. So you getting the knowledge and you learning things that your mama didn't know. So you'll be able to see the red flags that she didn't see. Why do older men look so broke and bad after 50? Just a long life of smoking or drinking or porn or being up late and all of that. Just a long life of that. Dating a single dad, he spends a lot of time with me and my kids, but he doesn't spend time with his kids. Red flag. Yes, it is a red flag. That is a red flag, because that means either he did something, him and the baby mama was so tumultuous that they don't get along, or he done just gave up on her and his kids for whatever reason. But a man should never give up on his children based on a woman and who she is and what she is. So it is a red flag. It is a red flag. DeAndrea Brown, because what it typically means is that the man is only showing you his representative and not who he truly is. Because a man who is not spending time with his own kids should not be spending time with another man's kids. And the only reason he should not be spending time with his own kids is if he can show you the multiple messages and attempts to see his children, and she is ignoring him, or she's telling him no unless he give her X amount of dollars. He should be able to show that proof to you, and he should want to show that to you. If not, that is a red flag. Hi, Tony, can you explain broke, busted, and disgusted? Busted and disgusted. Sis, if you got the ice, Glam Rock says she will block every disrespectful statement. God bless you. Thank you. Me and this guy have a crush on each other. He told me let him know about the next event I will be at so we can meet up. But why hasn't he asked for my number or talked to me in my DM beforehand? He is most likely in a relationship. Most likely in a relationship. Satina. Let me see if I miss your question there. Welcome to the new members, Sherelle, Ayoki. God bless you. Thank you. Really appreciate that there. Blanca Rosa, thank you. Appreciate that there now. Satina, I don't see your question. Okay, there you go. Was dating a man, we were getting close and said we love each other. We were starting to share deeper things with each other, and the conversation slowed down. He ghosted me. Yep. It's no telling why, but when you get ghosted, you got to go. You just got to go. Because typically a man gonna ghost you for another woman. That's typically what he gonna do. I've been doing it all year. When I am out, I am not on my phone. God bless you. I might say host a dating brunch. I'll be honest with you, ain't nobody gonna beat up but women. Men do not be doing that kind of stuff. How to help my son through heartbreak. He's 17 and was honest about having a girlfriend, although he knew I was against it. She put hands on him. He stayed, but she recently ended it. You just got to talk to him from the heart. You got to help him understand that he had a Jezebel, and you got to teach him what a Jezebel is, and you got to help him understand that that woman would have slit his throat one day in his sleep. A woman who will put hands on a man 17 years old, she got the devil in her. You got to just explain it to him. He'll listen to his mama. You got to talk to him. Hello, Tony. What is your take on a woman dating a man 4 years younger than her? The man seems very mature and consistent. Well, you got to see that maturity and consistency for about 12 months. Then you'll know if it's real or if it's just a representative. But I do not recommend a woman to date a man more than 3 years younger than her. Really, a woman shouldn't be dating a man younger than her, period, unless that man is a real exception to the rule. What are your thoughts on the relationship that ended with Braxton and the white lawyer guy? Don't know who they are. Don't know who they are. She said let him go, so I just a joke to him. The 44-year-old thinks I'm a joke. Yep. Yep. Can you talk about men who get too comfortable in a relationship and complacent with less romance? What should a woman do? Well, you got to talk to him and ask him, you know, how's he doing? What is going on? You know, ask him how's he feeling? Why he tell him you recognize there's been less romance, and see what that is, because he could have ED. He could be watching pornography. So you got to understand that. Sherelle just blocked me somebody in here. Black alien. This is why you got to have the members on the chat, YouTube, because you got them old dangalang in the booty men coming on here sitting on that cucumber and want to come on here and be in the comments with no reference. He could have been answering one of y'all questions. I don't know, but if you answer somebody's question, you have to state that to me. Cause if I was in person with you, I'd slap your teeth down your throat. But being that I'm not in person with you, all I can do is hit the block button and help you get that. No, I ain't gonna help you get that. Y'all boys need to don't be coming on here sitting on your cucumber and be in the chat now. This is a Blessed Tribe Q&A, so I'm looking for the little sign by your name. I'm trying to listen to the live, but my mom is currently having a breakdown because I asked her to get therapy. God bless you, sister. God bless you. Now you got to be careful how you ask mama to do that now. Cause that you got to say it a certain kind of way now. Sponsor your mama for a coaching session with me. Let's see here now. Looking for the look. For those of y'all not in the Blessed Tribe, you'll see the sign where it say join. These are Blessed Tribe Q&A. These not public Q&As. It just on the mobile, it won't let me put members only. So if he's in a relationship, should I just not tell him about the event and just not DM him back? I assume they broke up since he wants to see me in person, but might be nervous to ask for my number. If he is nervous to ask for your number, then he is not ready to be your boyfriend. In order for a man to lead, provide, and protect, he at least got to have the confidence to shoot his shot in a real and recognizable way. If a man can't be direct and straight up with what he wants out of this situation, then he is still insecure and scared, and life going to bend him over. A man got to be able to speak his mind. So as a woman, you could never make concessions for a man that is not man enough to open his mouth and say what's on his mind. So understand that, because y'all make too many concessions for grown boys, and then get in a relationship, then you up the creek without a paddle, and you wondering why this man can't make no decisions, why this man can't protect, can't provide, can't lead. And it's because you made concessions for him in the dating, reading his mind and saying what you think he want to say. Why would a man send a woman flowers anonymously and never follow up with her to tell her that he sent it? It's just mind games. He's just playing mind games. Child's father continues to ask to get back together, but I don't know if it's sincere. Should I make it work? Sister, you know I'm better than me. You know I'm better than me. You know I'm better than me. And that's your child's father, so you should at least give it a chance. Why would a man cheat twice, then want to give all access to social media account and phone? Either he ready to change, or he done got him another phone and some other social media. But me personally, if you catch a man cheating twice, that's a possibility that he done cheated 20 other times that you don't know about. So if you catch somebody cheating twice, I got to go. I got to go. SB, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. All the new members, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Now we're gonna be doing these Q&As a little more often. My ex sends me videos on Instagram almost daily since August, and he called me last night asking if I would be getting his dog something for his birthday. What does this mean? It means that he is testing you to see if you're still standing still. And you have shown him that you still standing still. So by showing him that you still standing still, that give him the freedom to keep gallivanting and doing what he want to do with the women, with the freedom that he has, because he know you standing still. So he know he could pop back in and out your life anytime he ready. And then when he get bored and what he looking for is not out there, then he gonna come back with a real concerted effort. So when a man is in your past, you have to leave him in your past. Khadijah, God bless you now. I'm thinking about going back to my ex. We broke up because I wasn't mature enough for him. He checked all my boxes except looks and finances. Can this work? Now, what other boxes is there? Looks and except looks and finances. So the man ugly and broke. I'm trying to think what boxes the man checking. If the man ugly and broke, of course he gonna be kind and sweet and nice and patient. If he looks challenged and ain't got no money, he nice. He nice as he need to be. Is there a too soon time frame for a man to start professing love and marriage plans? Inside of 6 months, it's a little playerish. It's a little playerish. Enigma Properties. Nah, okay, Enigma. God bless you. I was thinking that was Enema. I was about to say Enema Properties. Now I don't know if that was the name to go with, but it's Enigma. Sigamone, God bless you. Now welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Flo, God bless you now. Blazing Star, Blessed Tribe Q&A. Got to join the tribe. Put your question on in there. Child father never responds when I'm cordial and trying to co-parent, but as soon as I take a cheap shot about his age, teeth bridges / denture, he will respond. Why is he? Woo! Now you wrong for that now. Is that now? What you say you going? What say something about that man age and the teeth bridge and the dentures? Hey, that's a sensitive spot for my boy. Hey, that's a sensitive spot for it all. My boy say, man, listen, what you say about E? He out here looking like Cameron. What you said? Hey, that's a sensitive spot. My boy had enough. My boy had enough. You get me? Make 85K a year. That's a lot of money if that's the person who we're talking about. It's 3 baby mamas and telling white lies a reason to just leave. He's very consistent and has good character. Says he can't have good character and have 3 baby mamas and still be lying. All that can't go together. He could have, now I know men with 3 baby mamas that done got it together, but it's still lying. Thoughts on men paying child support and not seeing their kids regularly. At least he doing one of them. At least he doing one of them. Wow, talking about that man dentures. Boy, I tell you what, I met a guy while I was on a trip. We had a good time hanging out. He told me that as well. He said he would call, but never called once I got back home from my trip. He likes my Instagram posts and stories. He is in a relationship. He is fully taken. He is fully taken. Somebody say he toothless and ruthless. What? Well, listen here now. Well, we finna be using that now. That toothless and ruthless, boy, we finna be using that. I'm about to send you royalties, because when I see somebody toothless and ruthless, I'm sure gonna be talking about it. Okay, Blessed Tribe. Okay. Okay. I see. My child's father has hurt me in the past, but approach me unless they are weird. Well, sister. Well, sister. We might have to see. We might have to see. Tony, why is it so hard these days to find a real Christian man that sincerely loves the Lord? Woo, that's the question of the ages. I'm trying to figure out the same thing. Trying to figure out the same thing. Oh, y'all seen when the sound was out, I was closing all my things. Oh, look like I done got to the bottom of the questions. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now, with the way it is today, with these men, it's a lot of spiritual warfare. It's a lot of spiritual warfare, and to be honest with you, it's hard for men today because when you look around, the way it is today is everywhere a man look, men are not that good with temptation. So everywhere a man look, he's being shown booty, beer, weed, and gambling opportunities. So because of that, it's so many men being pulled away from the Lord. Hey Tony, what advice can you give me as a new entrepreneur? I have a hair company I started 2 years ago. I'm a little frustrated because things aren't moving fast and I would like them to. Well, you got to market. You got to market it. So you could pay influencers for shout outs. My clients with hair companies, what they did is they sold it in their neighborhood. They sold it at local salons. They sold it locally. And when they made that money, they paid online influencers, like people with an Instagram following, to promote the product. And that's how you get it off the ground. Why do a lot of men say they're spiritual but doesn't believe in Jesus? A lot of men don't believe in Jesus because they can't wrap their finite mind around the infinite. And some people want to know it all and have no faith. So therefore, because they can't wrap their finite mind around the infinite, they choose not to believe. A lot of black men don't believe in Jesus because they think that Jesus is a white man's religion, which is also ignorant and unlearned. But that's why. X is a good guy, experienced infidelity in the past. After 10 months, said he doesn't want kids and family anymore. I left. 6 months later, he wants to salvage the relationship because he decided out of fear. Listen, I ain't for the back and forth. Especially when kids involved. I ain't for the back and forth. Like, listen, Playboy, you gonna have to know what you want. You don't know what you want, well, I got to go. I wouldn't be for the back and forth. Hey, Tony, I would like to know, how do you constantly come up with ideas to create several legs of businesses? I feel stuck in my brainstorming. You often speak on your several legs of business. I don't know. I think it's just my gift. And so if that's not your gift, then you got to get with somebody like myself who it is their gift and get you some legs of business. But it just come to me. And I try to think logically. I try to think in order. So it's like, okay, if I could write, that means I could publish a book. But if I could write, that means if I could publish a book, that also means I could teach somebody else how to publish their book. If I could write a book, that also means I could write somebody else's book. If I could write a book, that means I could teach a class on writing a book, not just one person. If I could publish a book, I could teach a class on publishing a book, not just teaching one person. So you have to think about it like that, and you just stack your gifts on top of each other. God bless you. I pray He expands your territory and pour endless blessing in your life. Hey, God bless you now. I thought men don't want to be Christian because they don't want the accountability. That is another reason why. Hey, Tony, I've been a nurse, charge supervisor for a few months now and having a hard time getting my team to really listen and respect me. I try to speak up, but it seems like I'm just too nice. Tips. Got to write them up. Just like I say, when a man don't want to respect, you got to call the police on him. You got to write them up. Hey, listen, I done told you one time. If I have to tell you again, I'm writing you up. Just like that right there. When they go to get them write-ups, they're gonna get their act together. Broke off an engagement a year ago because I felt I was sacrificing more. I think about this person daily. I'm ready to move on. Can you speak on healing from a broken heart? Well, everybody in a relationship think they were sacrificing more, and so that's where your problem went right there. And the fact that you think about them daily, it sounds like you prematurely left because You was focusing more on what you was doing and not really thinking about what he was doing. And you also didn't understand where he was doing it from. So what he was giving you could have been more than he ever gave, could have been more than he really should have been given. So you might need to sit down and really think about that if you did the right thing. Is that a reason to wait for marriage after having children together? No. That's not a reason. Y'all need to go and get married and y'all need to tackle that debt together. But ain't no sense of waiting on marriage and living in sin, fornicating after y'all done already had kids. That ain't no reason. It's like debt is debt. That ain't the end of the world. You just pay it down as you get it. Just wanted to say I asked a question about the X on the Heal Your Heart live, and your response gave me the strength to cut off the next day. Thank you for always keeping it real and raw. God bless you now. Yep, Paola, to get the star, you got to click perks or join right by the subscribe button. This is a Blessed Tribe Q&A. Those individuals, they in the Blessed Tribe with that star by their name. I'm staying Apostle Paulina. God bless you now. God bless you. LaDonna, ask your question again. How do you build a business when you are struggling to pay bills? Working takes all your time and energy. You're going to have to be resourceful. And you got to have a portion of your business that doesn't require money. It's always a portion of your business. So consulting, you don't need money to consult. So sometimes when you want to sell a product, if you know how to get the product and sell the product, you could be teaching other people how to get the product and sell it before you even got it and selling it. Heart Rainier, God bless you. Welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Tamiko, got to join the Blessed Tribe to send a question in. Hey, Mr. Gaskin, did God ever tell you to move in a certain creative direction and then bless you as you went along? Yes, all the time. I feel like all my ideas are divinely inspired. I feel like all of them are not, and when I say not all of them, but the ones that especially get blessed. And so when I get an idea, I think about the root of it. And when I get to the root of it, I say, okay, why am I doing this? And if it's for a pure reason, then I know God behind it. When can Lady Gaskin join us again? Don't know, Lucy. She really has no desire to be in the public eye. She have no desire. I don't know why, but I love it about her though, because I kind of would be looking at my wife crazy if this my calling and she just all of a sudden want to be in the public eye all the time. I'd be kind of like, oh, what's going on, huh? What you want to do, be famous, or you want to help? But my wife, she like, man, I got 2 kids to worry about. I ain't worried about grown people and their problems. That's kind of just the energy she on. And so I talked to her today about doing a podcast for Patreon. She said she'll think about it. So we might think about it. But the thing about it too with me and my wife, the reason why we don't do too much in the public eye is because we husband and wife, but we like brother and sister. Like, we really like brother and sister. It's sad, some people say we look alike, but we like brother and sister in the sense of how we talk. Like, we best friends. So if you hear best friends talk, you'll be like, man, is y'all friends? Do y'all like each other? So we know that, we understand that a lot of people is so used to fake love. People so used to fake showcase, you know, what is it, Roro? Block. I don't know what you talking about, Roro. So we see all these fake reels and these fake TikToks that we never get to see couples be just real. And so when you're a real couple, like, you will have a conversation and you might completely disagree. And you might be kind of going at each other with your truth. Well, if you invite an outsider into that, the outsider not gonna understand, and then they gonna put their 2 cents in there, and then that's gonna drive a wedge between y'all because now you looking at it differently too. So you have to protect your relationship when you know your dynamic is so real and authentic. And give y'all another example so y'all could kind of understand it. Is it's like when you chastising your child. If you chastising your child, you know what your child need because you know your child. Your child know you. Your child understand what you doing. But if DCF standing over there, they finna be like, whoa, hold on now, whoa, whoa. Hey, calm down now. Why you yelling like that? What's going on now? And so that's how it is when you really know somebody. It's like other people who don't know them, they'll have, they'll have something to say. And if you notice, a lot of relationships that go on reality TV end in divorce. That's because they put their relationship out there on Front Street. LaDonna, I see you right here. Cassie the RN. God bless you now. Child's father hurt me in the past, but says he's willing to change his ways and get back together, but has other baby mamas and vices. Okay, that's the one you say the sound went out. He could be willing to change. He could be willing to change, but if you know him better than me, so you got to really know him and who he is and his track record. And if you want to give him a chance, you give him a chance, but you only give him but so much rope. Meaning, if he down on his luck and he needs somewhere to stay, he need a car to borrow, then you know it's not real. If he got somewhere to stay, he got a car, he got a job that he going to every day, he working on himself, now you could kind of take him a little serious. Last question. How would you describe your spiritual condition? Thoughts and words, for example, when you begin to build momentum toward the life you have made for you and your family. Your spiritual condition. Thoughts and words, for example. You know, the Bible says from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So your spiritual condition is determined by your input. So if you reading the word of God and you spending time with God and you praying, then your thoughts and your words are going to be different. So that way, when you building momentum, you building the momentum with humility. And I made that mistake when I was building. At one time, I wasn't walking with the Lord closely as I should have. So the success went to my head, and my thoughts and my words weren't of God, because I was thinking the success was because of my hard work and not because of the blessing of God. Somebody say, see, why it sound like me and her talking about the same child father? LOL, y'all might be. Y'all might be talking about the same child father. God bless y'all. Y'all put his first name in here. We don't know the last name, so we don't know. Y'all put his first name. Y'all might be talking about the same man. That's absolutely true. True change comes from relationship with Jesus and reading and following his word. I'm trying to tell you. Got us an RN in here, boy. Y'all remember that video when I said these men out here looking for a woman with some RN money? And boy, the CNAs was so mad. Oh, unsubscribing. You putting down the CNA. I'm like, I ain't even say nothing about no CNA. I just said RN money. I'm a CNA and I make good money. I'm like, yeah, you working 100 hours a week. I'm
Like, don't get mad with me. It's like, just because I said these men don't want that CNA money, they want RN money. It's like, how you get mad with me? Because you ain't no RN. I'm like, stay on your grind. Keep working. Keep pressing. Because if you happen to be a CNA, then you ain't going to be mad with me. But if you not happy to be no CNA, nah, hit dog holler. Like my grandma say, hit dog holler. I say, hold on now. Y'all get mad with me. RN money. What should I think about a man who read and love the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey? It ain't nothing to think about, sis. Everybody love that book. The devil loved that book. The devil was like, man, that book was good. Everybody love that book, sis. Danielle, God bless you, boy. One thing about this Blessed Tribe, boy, I sure get to see some names, boy. I get to see some names. Yeah, the LPNs were mad. I say, wow. I say, well, y'all were mad. RN and NP right here. I'm just trying to tell y'all that these men is not looking for CNA and LPN. They want an RN. I'm like, excuse me. And I'm like, why is you mad that a man don't want you for your money? You ought to be happy he don't want you for your money. I wasn't saying it's a good thing that these RNs got men chasing them for their money. That's a bad thing. Thought I found my person. He did most things right and corrected when he was wrong. Asked me to be his girlfriend after 3 months. Talked about marriage. Told him about an issue I have, and he rejected me. Well, you found out. Now what did you find out? You found out that my video that I did that say 5 things you should not tell a man early on, you found out I was not lying. Because what I try to tell y'all is that most men do not fall in love with a woman before 2 years. So before you drop something real heavy on a man, for one, you need to ask yourself, is this his business, and does this affect him? If it's a STD that he is going to catch, then that affects him. If it's your past trauma that he cannot catch, that he cannot fix, that he can't do nothing with, then you need to take that to God. So that's what you got to realize. It really discouraged me from trying to date. It's been over a year and I've just been alone and isolating, finding it hard to believe I'll find a good man that will accept me for something I didn't ask for. It's a good man that accepts you, sis. You have to be a little more strategic with when you tell him, how you tell him, and if you should tell him. I got my nose pierced and I cracked up when you said we look like we got a booger in our nose. Now, one of my clients texted me to say, Tony, do my nose ring look terrible? I said, I never seen your nose ring, and I've been in person around her a few times. Didn't see her nose ring, so I say, no, it don't look bad. But yes, some of y'all, that nose ring, that thing be hanging down in there, be going from the top to the bottom. Be looking like all kind of booger and snot. I'm gonna tell y'all now, y'all got to stop doing all that extra now. All that extra ain't necessary. Ashley, I know how the men be, because I know how I be. If I was out there single, boy, if I was out there single, I'd be looking for me a RN, PA, NP, travel nurse, travel RN, and I'd be like, yeah, you think you could take care of the date tonight? Well, I'd be out there terrible. Yeah, you think you could buy me a pair of Air Force One? Well, I have all kind of hands out. I'll have a bit different business idea every week for you. Yeah, got this amazing idea. So 3 months is too soon, even though he was asking for a relationship. It depends on what it is, Kiara. It depends on what it is. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like it's a lot of stuff my wife wouldn't tell me. I feel like it's a lot of stuff my wife wouldn't tell me, and I'll be honest with you, I don't blame her. Cause humans don't know how to handle all your business. Humans don't know how to handle all your business. You ever been with somebody and you tell them about your ex, and they get mad that you ever had an ex? Some men like that. Tony, how do I deal with a man that be so hooked to sports and fantasy football, steady ignoring you? Well, you just got to know the timing. You got to know the timing. You got to know the timing. So if it's on Sunday, then okay. Sometimes on Monday, Tuesday, and then also what you got to do. And my wife, she get on to me about that now. Sometimes I'm texting, clients texting me or emails coming in, and my wife just be talking, and she be talking about the sky's blue and the grass is green. And so in my mind, I'd be like, man, this email is way more important than this blue sky and the green grass right now. But then she'll say to me every now and then, she'll be like, I'll say, what you said, baby? And then she'll be like, never mind, you never listen. And she'll take that little dig at me. And when she take that dig at me, I'll be like, nah, stop now. Now you know you lying. And then after that, I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll look in the mouth like I'm watching ESPN. And I noticed that when I look my wife in the face, it almost make her choke. Like it almost make her heart skip a beat. Because she's so used to me like looking at something while she talking and me trying to listen to both and do that I had to become very intentional. So you got to realize that if somebody who teach on relationships and who know this still could be guilty of it, a man who not well versed in relationships and the ways of women and what women want, he definitely gonna slip up. And so you got to talk to him. You got to talk to him. Yeah, Kiara, your name in there now. Is it normal to not have any issues in your relationship? I feel we're at a good place now. I'm used to overthinking. It's not normal, but it's healthy. And so don't be afraid of healthy. Sometimes we so accustomed to toxic that we don't know how to handle healthy. Don't be afraid of healthy. I'm an RN and tons of RNs are broke from taking care of men. I can't do that one. Yeah, you right. You right. You right. Paola talking New York. Yeah, New York starting salary because the rent is $9,100 to live in a shoebox. That's why New York teachers making so much money. that rent high. New York, you paying $2,500 to stay in somebody's closet. Do you think a woman's beauty determines how a man pursues her? For example, Lori Harvey is considered beautiful, and she seems to have no problem getting men. Yeah, that's why she ain't got no problem getting men. Because she see it as beautiful. That's why she ain't got no problem. That men are visual creatures. But Lori Harvey is different. But even women who look like Lori Harvey, who are not rich and famous, don't have a problem getting men, because men are programmed by society on what beauty constructs society has. So men approach women more frequently who fall inside of society's beauty constructs, unfortunately. Thoughts on a man who, after being married for years, feels like being with just one woman for life is unrealistic. He's listening to the wrong people. and that's why he feeling like that. But and it is unrealistic. It is unrealistic for a man. But the thing about it is, that's the purpose of sacrifice. That's what commitment is. Like drinking your body weight in ounces of water every day is unrealistic. Working out 30 minutes a day is unrealistic. Sleeping 8 hours a night is unrealistic. Working 60 years to retire and can't enjoy your pension and your retirement because your joints don't work is unrealistic. Life is unrealistic, but that's what sacrifice is. Ain't sleeping with different women every year for the rest of your life is unrealistic. You see what I'm saying? So he just, but I'm gonna tell you, when somebody go to talking like that, what you have to do is say, okay, I agree. Being with one, you gotta tell them, sleeping with one man for the rest of my life is really unrealistic. See, sometimes when you give a person back what they just gave you, they be like, oh, hold on, what you mean? You want to sleep with another man? Oh, so you mean my thing is not good enough for you? What, my thing is not big enough for you? Oh, so you want to be with another man? The best response when somebody trying to gaslight you is okay. When you say okay, boy, that right there, that do it all. That do it all. New York, too difficult to date. Yeah, my wife love New York. I'ma just start, when I get the money, I'ma just start every month for like 1 or 2 nights, send my wife to New York. She love New York. I don't know what it is about just the buzz of the city, ripping and running. Her sister live up there too. I'm gonna start. So if you get you a nice Airbnb up there in New York, y'all let me know. My boyfriend and I have been exclusive for 4 months now, and we've been knowing each other going on 13 months now. And not one time have he said anything about I love you. And I'm okay with it. I'm just saying, God bless you. God bless you. And I respect that. I'm gonna tell you, is when you taking it's better for a man to not say I love you than for a man to say I love you too soon. My ex always FaceTime or send selfies asking how he look, fishing for compliments. Is that insecurity? Yes, it's insecurity. And you need to stop talking to your ex. Y'all have to stop talking to y'all ex. Because if you still talking to your ex, you never gonna meet a next. And if you still talking to your ex is never gonna be your next. So if you want your ex back, you got to cut all communication. But as long as you accessible for your ex to just dump in, jump out, dump in, pump out, you never gonna get anywhere in life. You standing still. Why do you think red pill content so popular amongst black men now? Because humans are selfish. So if it's a red pill for men, then pink pill for women would be the equivalent. Humans are selfish. So when humans start hearing that you should be catered to and that you should be appreciated more and that you are the prize and other person is not as valuable as you and you should have a double standard, it sounds good to the human ears. It's just like red pill in the work environment. When you start being told, oh, you should be able to work from home, You should have 5 weeks paid vacation. You shouldn't have to work 1,000 hours to get medical benefits. If you start being told all this, you're gonna be like, man, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I ought to be able to work from home. I shouldn't have to go in this multi-million-dollar building that they paying for. I ought to be able to work from home. Yeah, you right. Yeah, I ought to have 5 weeks paid vacation instead of 2 weeks. Yeah, you right. I shouldn't have to come in till 10 a.m. instead of being there at 8 a.m. So when you start hearing something that stroke your ego, that's like music to sore ears, humans, we selfish by nature. We're not gonna be like, oh no, that's unfair to my employer to have to pay rent or mortgage on this big building and I get to work from home in my pajamas. That's unfair to my employer. You know, I want to get up and get fully dressed and put on this makeup and spend this gas money and go into work. You know, it's unfair to my employer to have to give me 5 weeks. So that's why Red Pill is so popular, because these men is talking to other men and they saying stuff that do not make sense in the grand scheme of a relationship, but it sound good to another man, but them two men not together. The men not together. The men ain't got to sleep together. The men ain't got to live together. So when one man telling another man what he ought to be and what he ought to be getting from a woman, it sound good to that other man, because that other man ain't got to do it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got to realize. My question is, why aren't those same men running that red pill content past the Bible? Because there's nothing biblical about it. Because there's nothing biblical about those men. So a man who not biblical not gonna run nothing by the Bible. He running it past his dang-a-lang, because that is his Bible. So when a man run it by the Bible, he don't want to hear what the Bible got to say in Ephesians 5 about how we ought to love our wives, because that's a labor of love. Because it tells us to love our wife the way Christ loved the church, and we seen the pain Christ went through, and we see the pain Christ got to put up with us. So if it's telling us to love a woman the way Christ loved the church, that's a mighty call. That's a high call there. Hey y'all, God bless y'all. Got to go. My son about to get on in here in this old car. Y'all forgive me if I turn my phone down. Y'all might have seen all kind of thigh. Sit here and eat short, man. Done rolled up on me. Hey, but God bless y'all. We'll be in touch. For the aspiring authors, remember the publishing boot camp is next Saturday. For those of y'all who are online dating or getting ready to online date, we got class this Sunday. Go to TonyGaskins.com. You'll see the master class. That's this Sunday. Giving y'all the rules of online dating. If you cannot afford it, then watch the online dating videos from the past on YouTube. But we're gonna be talking about it, updated information, and we're gonna be doing Q&A, doing a little bit of Q&A. So make sure y'all get on there. And Sunday, I think class at 4. And so now we finna see if y'all 7-day Adventists is broke, or if y'all really be observing the Sabbath. Because every time I do a class on Saturday, here go the 7-day Adventists writing in. I won't be able to make it to class because I'm observing the Sabbath. Okay, well, what you doing on Sunday? Because for those of us who go to church on Sunday, we work on Sunday. Especially when we doing the Lord work. And we watch football on Sunday. The football players that's Christian got to work on Sunday. And the football players that's 7-day Adventists in college got to work on Saturday. So, well, people get so caught up in stuff when Jesus clearly in the Bible was working on the Sabbath every Sabbath. And every time they tried to get him in trouble, he said, man, what you talking about? This the Lord's day. Like, that's the law. This
It's the new day. Jesus told them all the time, he's like, man, listen, I got to work every day. I'm doing the Lord's work. So for those of y'all, when you come into learn and grow on the Sabbath, that's like going to church. I'm not saying come into the office and lift boxes. And so that's what we doing. We healing on the Sabbath. And that's what Jesus, they called it working, even though he was healing. They were telling him, you ain't allowed to do God work on the Sabbath. He's like, what you talking about? This is the Lord's day that he made. I'm doing his work. So sometimes we be so heavenly minded that we know earthly good. Because that Sabbath that you talking about, you can't do the Lord's work and you can't grow, that might be the last day you here. That might be your last day on earth. You got to see what Jesus did. Look at Jesus' example. And that's what you go by. Not by what your pastor talking about. What did Jesus do? Jesus say he did the work. And so y'all got to understand that, because every time y'all be writing me about that, I'm like, listen, that ain't biblical. That ain't biblical. The Lord rested because he built the whole world. You did nothing but got on that raggedy job. But yeah, you see what Jesus did. Come on now. Y'all be blowing me, boy. I'll be like, boy, we be so saved when it benefit us, but we can't heal nobody. We can't walk on no water. We still be broke, busted, and disgusted, and be trying to hold on to a little piece of word when Jesus then showed the whole opposite. Come on now. Come on now. Thank you, Latasha. Investing in yourself is not work. I'll be like, what did y'all talk about? We is growing, we learning. We're not out lifting boxes and mowing lawns. Come on now. You think the Lord saying, don't grow? Don't learn? Come on now. Technically, if that's the case, I wouldn't be doing the Sunday sermon on Sunday, because that's pulling from my spirit. But don't nobody be saying that. Come on now. Got to get it together now. Hey, I'm gonna do the Q&A Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays when I don't have a coaching call or a business call. I'll do the Q&As on those nights while I'm waiting on my son at practice. So God bless y'all. My son still ain't out yet. He almost out of practice. God bless y'all, and make sure you go over to TonyGassisAcademy.com. That's where you'll see what we got coming up this Sunday, and then next Saturday, I believe it is. And then every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, my son practice 4 days a week is when I'm gonna try to go live, unless I'm out of town on the road, which if that's the case, you'll see me post that in the video early. So God bless y'all. And also on Patreon, thank y'all for being over there. We're gonna start cranking up on over there. I posted my link, my calendar link in the Patreon for those of y'all who want to be interviewed by me. For the other Patreon members, get to know your story, share your testimony, share your product, your service. That's what we're doing over there on the Patreon side of things. God bless you, and we'll talk soon. Okay, how you end this? Okay, up there.